lesson on paraphrasing, you learned how to paraphrase sentences. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so we did that so we could start getting ready to paraphrase paragraphs. Before we start with this lesson today, let's quickly go through some of the definitions so that we remember them when we are doing our lesson today, and we can use some of those rules. So can you tell me the definition for a paraphrase?
Is putting sentences into your own words.
Yep. Okay, what about the definition of a synonym?
It's a word that means that has the same meaning as another word or a very similar meaning.
Perfect. Okay, what about the 3 characteristics of a good paraphrase? Do you remember that?
It has to be correct, it has to be in your own words, and it has to make sense.
Exactly. And what about the definition of a phrase?
It's a group of words.
Okay. And the process for paraphrasing a sentence?
You break it into parts.
And you can always look back in your notes, remember.
You break the sentence into parts, and then you find synonyms for words in the sentence.
Perfect. Okay, so we have to remember that for today because we're going to be working on paraphrasing paragraphs. So today you're going to start learning about paraphrasing a paragraph, like I just said. Before you can do this, though, you need to understand something about the parts of a paragraph. So we are going to be talking about the different parts of a paragraph today. So your job is to listen carefully and take notes and participate in the discussion with me. And later you will be completing at least one of the learning sheets that we've been doing up until this point. So let's see. Yep, take out your notes because we're going to take some more notes today. First, we have to know what a paragraph is before we can try paraphrasing it. So a paragraph, who knows what a paragraph is? Who can tell me something that all paragraphs have to have?
Sentences.
Good. And what types of sentences?
Complete sentences.
Yeah, complete sentences. Is the paragraph going to be just random sentences about random different things?
No.
So what is it kind of going to focus around?
A central topic.
A topic, exactly. So let's take a look here. A paragraph must be indented at the beginning. Have you seen a paragraph indented in stories that you've read before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they have to contain sentences that are all related to each other. And they have to contain a topic, a main idea, and some details. Okay, so in here, I saw a special word and I heard you say it, topic. So now we need to know exactly what a topic is. Okay, so let's take some notes here. The topic of a paragraph is usually 1 or 2 words that tell what a paragraph is about. So usually the topic of a paragraph is found in the first or second sentence. It can be repeated throughout the paragraph, and actually a lot of times it is because it's the topic. The whole paragraph is about that specific thing. Sometimes it can be found in the title of the paragraph, and usually you can determine the topic of a paragraph by saying to yourself, this paragraph is about, and then filling in the blank with 1 or 2 words. Okay, so let's take notes here. You're taking detailed notes. Okay, so here's an example paragraph. Let's I'm going to read some of the sentences. I would like for you to follow along with your eyes, please. It says, Emily had done many things to get ready for her big performance in the play, Alice in Wonderland. First, in a used clothing store, she had found the perfect costume to wear. Her dress looked just like the one in the book, and everyone had been reading. Second, Emily had practiced and memorized all her lines. She had worked at reading and rereading her lines every night. Finally, Emily attended every rehearsal and practiced with all the other actors. She knew exactly what would happen at any moment during the play. As you can see, by finding a great costume, memorizing her lines, and rehearsing, Emily had ensured that she would do a great job in the play. Okay, so the main idea is a general statement that summarizes all the information in the paragraph. So what does it mean to summarize?
To take a large, like multiple sentences and then summarize them into a smaller, maybe one sentence.
Yeah, good. Okay, so let's see. The main idea tells about all the information in the paragraph in a few words. It's a condensed version of the paragraph. So condensed means smaller. Often we can find the main idea in the first or second sentence of the paragraph. And we can find the main idea by asking ourselves, what does this paragraph tell me about the topic? So just like back here, when we asked the question about the topic, we have a question to find out the main idea too. Okay, so for example, let's take a look back at this example paragraph again. The topic is Emily. If I ask myself, what does this paragraph tell me about Emily? I answer by saying that it tells me about everything Emily did to get ready for her play, right? So that would be the main idea, Emily getting ready for the play. Now, so we have the topic, the main idea, and then every paragraph also has to have details. So the details in a paragraph are the pieces of information that are related to the main idea. They provide specific information about the main idea and about the topic. Okay, so let's take a look here. It says piece of information that's related to the main idea, a statement that provides specific information about the main idea and topic. And to find the detail, ask, what's one piece of specific information about the main idea? Okay, good. So back to our example paragraph. Can you find one detail? So remember, the details are the pieces of information related to the main idea. And we said the main idea is that Emily is getting ready for the play. And the topic is Emily. So could we find a detail in here?
Emily attended every rehearsal and practiced with all the other actors.
Perfect. That is a fabulous detail. I like how you picked out something that deals with Emily getting ready for the play. That tells exactly how she got ready, so that's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to draw a picture here. I want you to tell me what it is. What do you think that is?
An ice cream sundae?
Okay, yeah. So, yep, it has ice cream. You can kind of tell what it is, I guess. I'm not that great, but that's okay. So let's say that you have to write a paragraph about an ice cream sundae. So I'm going to say, what would be my topic here?
Ice cream sundaes.
Ice cream sundaes. Okay. Now you decide you want to write about the ingredients in a tasty ice cream sundae. So my main idea is going to be the ingredients that make tasty ice cream sundaes. Okay, so what would you say would be some good ingredients that you would like on your ice cream sundae?
Chocolate syrup.
Okay, and what part of the topic, main idea, or details, where would that go, do you think? Where do you think the ingredients are going to go?
The details.
The details. Okay, so chocolate syrup. Okay, name some more.
Ice cream, vanilla ice cream,
Okay.
and chocolate ice cream.
Oh, good. Okay. What else?
Whipped cream. Caramel sauce.
Okay, good. Perfect. Okay, so we could write a paragraph about this information, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, we might write that ice cream sundaes have many delicious ingredients. The main ingredient is several scoops of ice cream. There are many different kinds of ice cream, vanilla, chocolate, like you said. On top of the ice cream is a sauce that usually is chocolate, or you said caramel. And sometimes it melts into the ice cream because it's warm. On top of the chocolate sauce is whipped cream, and sometimes you can put sprinkles on. So on the very top of the sundae is a cherry. When it's eaten, it can be delicious. Would that be a good paragraph?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. It talked about the topic, the ice cream sundae. The main idea was the different ingredients. We talked about the different ingredients providing details, right? So every well-written paragraph has a topic, a main idea, and details that are all related to the topic and main idea. So those are the parts of a paragraph. Just like we broke the sentence down into parts to make paraphrasing easy, we need to break our paragraphs down into parts to make it a little easier for us. So, since we just talked a little bit about the 3 parts to a paragraph, can you tell me without looking at your notes?
You need a topic, a main idea, and details.
Perfect, exactly. So as good readers read a paragraph, they find the topic, the main idea, and details and put them into their own words. Then they move on to doing the same thing to the next paragraph, and so on. In other words, they break a long reading passage, like a chapter, into smaller chunks or paragraphs, and work on understanding each chunk. That makes the task a lot easier. So to be a good reader, you'll need to be able to find the topic, main idea, and details of the paragraphs so that you can paraphrase them. Let's see, why don't you get out your next learning sheet here, 4A. Okay, so you can close that. We're going to work on this together, just like we've done up until this point. Learn by watching, learn by sharing, and learn by practicing. Okay. Okay. So, let's see. I'm going to first start by reading the directions. Put a D beside each detail, a T beside each topic, and an M beside each main idea. So, I'm going to first start by reading out loud each one. Hockey gives me a chance to skate. I love the exercise I get when I play sports. Soccer gives me a chance to run a lot. And sports. Well, to me, I think that this whole thing is about sports. So that is going to be my topic. Okay, the main idea. What is the